Hey, what is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling interactive podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and I have two studs. It's the only way you can describe these two. And we also have Artem. So that's always good. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two awesome guests on the show today. This weekend, arguably one of the biggest tournaments in the United States. It is the 198-pound Invitational tournament. This round robin, I'm actually tired just thinking about it. They're going to do it. Joining me, of course, we all know the Toprollking, the Top-Rolled Daddy, and co-host of Tell Me I'm the Greatest with Travis Bajan. And I'm talking about Artem Taranenko. Artem, my man, good to see you again.
Hey, what happened?
Sound effects are always welcome here. Sound effects are always welcome.
I come with sound effects.
Good, man. That's good. And then, of course, just Velvet S coming off a huge win at Knuckles Up. I'm telling you, this is my man and my prediction to win the whole damn thing. And I'm talking about Jason, the fine wine Merlo. Hey, Jason, what's going on, mate?
Oh, pal, I appreciate the support.
Mate, we're up and about, and McGillicuddy just says, let's. He's saying, just let the locks flow. Let them flow. As everyone is coming in, Billy D's hanging about with a ready bang. Constipated Devon is hanging about. Jeremiah with a ready bang. Rick Chain and Johnny Cooper is in there. I'll start with you, Jason, mate. How's the prep going? How are we feeling for this big event?
Prep is done. Everything's done, and I feel good. I feel good.
So now that,
yeah, I feel really good. Right arm is healthy. We're ready.
And just feeling sexified, ready to go.
Yeah, fuck. Not all of us can be Adam Wierzinski. Oh, I'm sorry I can't come to the show. I have to train on a Tuesday night.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, Adam. Is your training all done?
Yeah, but like my training is done like in the lazy way. I always be like, yeah, man, I'm going to do the training on the Thursday. I'm going to do some shit on the Tuesday. Nah, my shit's done by Saturday.
Yeah.
That's everything. Fucking yeah, it's too late. It's too late. It's too early now. But no, realistically, I did something on Saturday as I planned, and yeah, that's it. Like, I'm resting from now on. Like, I keep thinking of idea of my head to doing something light just for the speed of it, but like probably not really gonna do anything. So yeah, I am.
So is it
resty?
So is it hard for the both of you? I'll start with you, Jason. Is it hard because you guys you have your schedule, you train, and then when an event's coming on the weekend, is it hard to sit there and go, because you're used to training on a Wednesday, you're used to training on a Thursday, Friday, and now you got to sit back and go, right, I got to take it easy because I got a big event on the weekend. Is it hard to kick back, or do you look forward to it and go, oh yeah, feet up on the couch?
Yeah, no, it's not hard for me to take a back seat because I know that the rest is good. The rest is really good for you, and at least with how my body reacts to that, resting is a good thing. So it is not hard for me to take off 8 days in order to let my body rest, let it heal up. So no problem for me.
Well, I would have asked you the same question, Artem, but you love doing nothing. So I've been you with the whole week and all you did was arm wrestling and nothing.
Yeah, I was supposed. Well, I agree with Jason. Like, I do appreciate the rest. Like, I appreciate of doing nothingness, but like, man, it's not that fucking hard too. You know what I mean? But in the same time, I do like I guess with the amount that events I still have to always, because my events always in blocks, right? There's one event and like 15 after. So my
Yeah.
thing, like I like that. I guess that's where I like, man, I kind of want to trade. That's the only thing will mess with me. Where like I don't want to take too much time off because there's more things on the horizon. So that's the only thing really messes with me. But man, I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm all about kicking back there nothing. So it's all good. Yeah, yeah. And as I said, I agree with Jason. I can appreciate the rest because I do when I do work out. Like I actually do work out. So like, oh yeah, like those. If I can start counting rest days, that's good too.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, when one of you win this event, will any of you guys challenge Pavlo Derbadenyev who's in the chat?
I'm, I'm not allowed anymore. It will cost me money. So I feel like Jason can still try it for free.
Yeah.
Pablo,
So
next time it's not happening.
we'll break down the event. I've got some of the brackets ready to go. The French Reaper asked a good question. Can we watch this live on the 21st?
I believe so. Like Larray gotta do something, right? Like I don't think.
I think he mentioned something, Artem. I think he did, but it hasn't really been advertised. But I think he did mention something. That
Like
something is
I,
gonna be.
I just realized that Brad is coming to film it, but I bet you there is such a high demand for the live thing. I bet you it's got to be something. I mean, worst case, and I mean the place you will have a service. So yeah, I mean, I assuming Larray will have something. They always have had something, and the worst case scenario, we'll just share it around the day of. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm assuming like I don't know if you. I'm assuming there's no way to go not to go on YouTube on the day off and not to find it. I feel like it's gonna be everywhere type thing.
Yeah, because I was having a look for it today and I couldn't find it. I knew Brad was going. Guys, they're talking about 217. If you're wondering when they say Brad's coming to film it, 217, a superstar for him. There's 11 guys, like ridiculously, like 11 guys in this round robin. Was it Larray? I'll start with you, Jason. Was it Larray that was the one that rang you and said, "I've got this idea. I need your part of it"?
It was actually Robbie Russell.
Robbie Russell.
Yeah, Robbie's the guy. So yeah, no. Once I heard from him and then started talking to him about it, I was definitely interested for this. And look, it's a good opportunity for me. So once I was able to make it work, I was fully committed.
Oh, mate, it's gonna be brilliant for sure. Now, technically, then, so this now changes the bracket for me that Robbie Russell organised it because you can't win your own event that you organised.
It's not his own event. Look, he's just helping.
So he sat there. Oh yeah. I'll help you out. Right? Who can I beat? Artem. Hey, want to come in this invitational tournament? Jason, want to come in this invitational tournament? Yeah, I could probably beat Craig. Hey, Craig, it's Robbie. Yeah, 21st. Oh yeah. It's going to be the best. This is ridiculous. Bloody hell. Who, Artem? Who would be your biggest threat? I'm going to go through both of your guys' brackets in a moment. But who would?
I guess you have to define the thread because like I've looked at it and I've talked about it. There's a couple people and points in that thing which I'm not gonna like, right? Like as I said before, this guy right here, Jason, will be the most problematic probably. I don't know if I should think so. I was thinking today, I feel like just the fact that I have lost to him, I'm just gonna have to take it from like not liking this standpoint. But I genuinely believe like just Jason's build and style will be uncomfortable, but not the biggest threat. But what the most uncomfortable, like that's number one. And I feel like Craig will be the biggest threat overall, and there's also Adam. And Adam, I don't even know where to place Adam. I feel like Adam can be uncomfortable. He can be the threat that Kashi can get out of it, but I'm also fucking afraid, Adam. I don't want to be with Adam with him sucking me in the hook and then looking at everybody looking like a fucking um I mean, he looks like a Superman with down there in the glasses, like he's just missing the cape every time he does it. Every time he's in a hole, I'm just looking for somebody to turn the fan on, and his cape behind him just like just wave out there. So I don't want to be there in the center. So that's the other thing. So my top three probably uncomfortable people will be Jason, Adam, and Craig. But as I said, I think Jason's uncomfortable. Craig is a threat. Adam might be very, very comfortable, but I'm not gonna like the power.
Now, I'll get your answer in a minute, Jason. Let me just say hi to all the usual suspects. A mini and arm wrestlers there. My man, Arm Gods CEO legend, Marcus Thompson. Hope you're feeling well, buddy. Speak to you soon, you dead set legend.
Oh shit! I'm also afraid of Bob Brown. Like shitless. Like it's terrible. Like I feel like
I'd be afraid of Marcus. I'll throw him in that 198 pound. He just needs to get down to that. I'm afraid of Marcus. But what else have we got?
Money and connections.
No, it is brilliant. All right, I'm very intrigued by your answers, Artem, because I want to get Jason's answers first on who you think are your biggest threats in this tournament.
Ask me first.
Well, look, I think my biggest opportunity, let's say, is pulling Adam, since Adam is my first guy on the list. I think his style is a problem for me. So I do believe that Adam is going to be my guy in terms of who's going to be a big problem, and at that same token, who's the biggest opportunity for me, because we're going to be fresh, and we have to see how that goes. We have to see how that goes once I step to the table. I've never gripped up with him. Me and him were at the same tournament at IFA Worlds in Florida. We did not get the opportunity to pull each other, and I did not get an opportunity to grip up with him. All I know is that his right hand is bigger than his left hand, and that is a big problem, I believe, for a lot of people, because he's not just a strong hook puller. I hear that his hand is really, really good. So with that, I believe Adam is one of the biggest problems out there.
Yeah. Wow. This is where I think I'm the most intelligent arm wrestler in the world. First of all, Pablo is saying that Bob Brown has pinned Svetan Gajewski.
Yeah, what, like fucking 88?
That was out there after pull that knuckles up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're talking I pinned Bojidar enough to pull.
Right. What about Artem? You against Adrian O'Dwyer?
Bruh. I was an Adrian fan. As soon as I saw Alan Ford giving him that 1L, I'm like, man, Adrian should have kept to whatever Olympic curling thing he used to be doing.
Oh, here we go. Book it, Marcus. Book it when we get to the United States for Arm Gods. Book it. And of course,
realistically, yeah, like me and Herman just had the discussion. Because I'm like, because Adrian just did good at IFA, right? And Herman was like, well, yeah, Adrian is one of those guys that, that just like came up, it's his time, he's been arm wrestling for like 4 or 5 years. I'm like, dude, I used to see him in 2017 at WL. That's a little bit more than 4 to 5 years. Like, shit, but still good. You know what I mean? So yeah, Adrian is good. It is, I believe it is like a match. Realistically speaking, like, I don't know if I will beat him because he is tall, but just kind of how he hit his own forward, you're probably close. So that's not a bad match if you're about to bring up two people from two different fucking atmospheres and like all of a sudden like it's a match. Like I believe in it.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Saying that Adrian inside got better on working on the gaps. On the Tree of Woe says Jason's going to wreck all those slappies. All the predictions are coming in. We have a poll going at the moment between the both of you, who will finish higher? And by higher, I meant placing higher on the table, not getting stoned. And out of all the votes,
Yeah.
either way, Artem wins. Artem's winning the poll at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was losing the poll as we started. I'm like, oh, man, I hate you. Whenever there's polls and I'm losing them, I'm like, man, what's some of the stupidest poll, man?
But when you're winning them, they're the most
Oh, man,
intelligent people on the planet.
that poll was good, man, right? That shit was accurate, man.
Now, Jason, I've got you as my prediction, and I've had Artem as a smoky. Now, through my understanding,
my addiction, dog. Come on, man.
No, I'm telling you, and my theory, when the bracket came out, my theory is true. Because let's go to your two brackets here. Okay. They've put you against two of the toughest people in the competition. Artem, you're pulling Craig first, and Jason, you're pulling Adam first. So they want you tired. They want you both tired. They want you both wrecked. I'm telling you, they are scared of you two.
No, that's not how it works, Jake.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, absolutely.
No. Here's the problem with that thing. Let's not even look at Jay. Let's look at me and Craig. If Craig beats me, that still doesn't let anybody know where I'm at. And if Adam beats Jason, Jason beats Adam. Well, actually, no. If Jason beats Adam, like that puts everything in question, right? But same as Adam beat Jason, that's still, I mean, fuck. What there, somebody probably put Jason in number 12 for all I know, right? So those are actually like those matches, like they will not show a lot if both of us will lose them, right? But in the same time, like I'll see if you do beat both of them too. It also doesn't show like, all right, so your top 4 dudes are kind of still in the top 4, right? So you kind of need to see another 2 rounds to kind of actually see how bad it really is. And I don't know. I mean, Jason and Adam. I mean, well, everybody and Adam, I guess, stylistically is a little funny, but like I think me and Craig will go so fast either way, like being and not losing.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Artem's point. 100%. If Craig beats Artem, if Adam beats me, I 100% agree with that. That doesn't really show where the levels are at, and I kind of agree on both fronts. I think the matches are both going to be fairly quick, whichever way it goes. So I don't think it's going to do anything really for the rest of our tournaments, both of our brackets.
It just my prediction, whenever I did my little thing, right? It's Craig and Adam are my winners, and Adam is undefeated in my opinion, right? Which I mean, I think I probably messed up on the tiredness of it, but let's just say that. But you and him, it's viable, for y'all to be in that war. So, like, I wonder if like him knowing that he has a potential to be undefeated, like, does he even have like a leg to lay down, or he has to rock it as everybody to make sure that he secures it? Because that's the thing, I mean, with round robin, it's in the tournament, it's okay to lose.
Right.
In round robin, it's like that one loss, man, and now you can't even fight for the money anymore if you because there's something else happened.
Artem, you have a good point. I didn't even think about that. You're 100% right. If I get
that's why I wrote my book, because my book is all about efficiency in tournament jumping. I like this calculation shit. It's like, and that's why I don't believe in anyone's prediction, because like, dude, there's so many fucking interesting variables.
Right.
Believe in mine, because I'm all about arm wrestling conspiracy. Now, first of all, conspiracy 1 has come into fruition. It's Artem versus Craig in round 1 and Jason versus Adam. Clearly, they want the 4 of you to wreck each other. Now, Jason, conspiracy number 2. Now that you're tired after your first battle, you told me that Robbie Russell is organising it. Now, if I look down at the bracket, round number 9, Robbie versus Jason. Round number 11, Robbie versus Artem. Oh, conspiracies are leading over to facts. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, hold on. I can actually help your conspiracy too. We did ask. Well, because there were so many changes, we did ask Robbie if he wants to change it up around, and there was, oh man, it was the other way around. I don't want to also spread all the lies, but there was a question about changing the bracket, and let's just say Robbie did not speak on changing it up. If you want to help your theory, I feel what I said was pretty weak, but hey, it's out there.
Yep, put that in your back pocket, Jake.
I'm telling you, I'm there. We'll get to some comments and questions for you two legends. The Metal 365 is in the chat. Thank you very much. And he says, my commendations to the three of you. Happy Tuesday. Marcus is in the chat and he says, I forgot Artem is 0.05% Irish. He might have a chance now. Timmy Turner says, Adrian doesn't feel Artem anymore. Oh, it's all happening. See you later, Dan Jean. He's off to work, which is good. Parvo's up and about. And, hey, how's this for a compliment? Not only does he say sick card, but he says to him, it's more interesting than East versus West.
Well, you know what? Like, everyone you talk to who does not pay attention to this thing, and they're like, well, oh, yeah, I mean, who is in it? Oh. Like, it's always like it escalates the way you kind of talk about it. So, yeah, it is a pretty hot event.
It really is. It really is. And just the lead up to this has been really good as well. You know, I think Lorraine did an excellent job with it. And I really do. Everybody that's involved in this is what's bringing the hype to this. So this is something else. And like I said, I've never been a part of anything like this before. I've never pulled 11 rounds to begin with, period, in any tournament, just to begin with. And then
we get it, Jason. You're always on the A side. You never have to go through the losers bracket. We get it. 3 or 4 matches and you're done. Oh, wowee.
But going on with the point is there's not even a bye round. There really isn't, because all of this comes into play in terms of how the bracket runs out, if people get tired, like everything comes into play. And this is something else. It really is.
There you go. Just a few things. Corey, how do you read that sheet? Well, the person's name's up the top. And then if you go, that's why I highlighted it. So round 1, Artem pulls Craig. Round 2, Artem pulls Eduardo. Round 3, Artem pulls Bob Brown, and so on. That's how you read it. Bluetooth comes in.
I like the one I have. That's weird. I have no idea what's going on that thing.
I thought that's why I had to color code it. That's why I had to do it. Artem's like a robber caught on the nanny cam of your 14-year-old's bedroom. I'm telling you, that cat suit. It's as bad as Coach Ray at one of the East versus West he wore. He looked like Catwoman.
Dude, hey, we can talk about Crochet forever because he now that Igor Mazurenko is not active. Coach Ray sneaking into his closet and pull off his fucking suits. So now every time Coach commentates, he got them Igor Mazurenko suits, man. Like, it's crazy.
Artem Marcus, this is 198 pounds. Everyone, so what's that?
90 kilos.
90 kilos.
And that's on the money. No clothing allowance. That's on the money.
When is weighing, Jason?
How's the weight cut going, Jason?
So I did have to cut a few pounds actually for this, the first time ever in my life. But now, so it started yesterday where I am now officially in the morning between 198 and 199 for the last 2 days. So I'm already there. So I don't need to do anything else. But yeah, previously, like leading up to this with Nick Nonestad and stuff like that, my morning weight was 204, 205. So I did have to cut a few pounds of that.
You'd have to put on weight, Artem, to get to 198, wouldn't you?
I had to do a little fasting because there for a second I was working around 205, 206, like pretty solidly. And I'm like, that's very odd. So then I did a little fast and then I'm sitting at 199. 198. So I'm right. Yeah, so I'm not cutting and doing anything for sure.
So and it's all just one round. It's all just one round, isn't it? It's not a best of 3 every round. It's just one
Right.
match. One
Just
match.
Unless there's a tiebreaker at the end.
Okay, so and
Which technically tiebreaker in that scenario should not exist. But to help your conspiracy theory, if maybe Robert Russell makes sure there's a tie, because usually it's 12 people with no buys. Like if there is the same amount of scores, somebody must have beaten each other. But God forbid it's Robert Russell and somebody else, right? Hey, let's make them pull, dog. Let's do the 2 out of 3.
so is it just a matter of who finishes on top after the round robin? There's no finals?
Correct. It's whoever has the most wins, the better record.
Yeah. And I don't think
at some point is there the most wins or the least losses.
Right.
I don't think there should be a tie break. For example,
what I said.
Yeah, because the way I see it, say Artem, you finish on 8 wins and Jason finishes on 8 wins, then I would just go back to your match and whoever won that match. That's what's happening?
Usually that will be, but because Robert Russell is doing that, if Robert Russell in that scenario, just to make sure.
Another option. There would be a typical another option, though. I mean, another option would be whoever got their 8 wins first.
Okay.
For who places above the other. So say if I got my 8 wins in the first 8 rounds and Artem got his 8 wins in the first 9 rounds, because I got him in the first 8 rounds, I might place above him. Like that's just another way to look at it.
That's you creating fights that way.
That's true. Yeah.
Bob Brown just got his prime by the number 11. You know what I mean? It just I like it. You out to beat one or the other, and that's usually kind of how it works for sure.
But the whole tiebreaker thing has to happen though, because there's money in this event. So you need to know, like, if there's a fight between 2nd and 3rd place, you need to place those people in order to figure out who gets 2nd place money.
Oh, because there's is it first, 2nd, 3rd?
And
no,
then
like 6, yeah.
Yeah, 4th through 6th is the same amount of payout, and then 3rd, 2nd, and 1st are all different payouts.
So we just want to make sure Robert Russell gets paid regardless.
Well, yeah, he's becoming my biggest. He's becoming my biggest arm wrestling conspiracist. I'm all over Robbie now. The double R. He's in all sorts of trouble. White Wolf is in the chat. He says, ready Fang. Yeah, that's right, Marcus. You just got to get all the wins you can so you finish on top. There's no getting to a final 4 and going from there.
Yeah, so Marcus is Marcus is kind of correct. There is a laying down if that's on the one. There's if there's a certain opportunity to where you just don't want to fight somebody just to collect less losses at the very end, that might be it. You also you're not viable to battle every single one of those 100% because it's not gonna end up too well.
Right, exactly. And if you burn yourself out too early, then you're cutting yourself out of money possibly later on. Whereas if you were to lay down earlier, if you think you have better chances later on, there's definitely strategy into it, but
you have to be careful because you start laying down and then all of a sudden 2 lay downs, 3 losses, and you're out. That's why I did my prediction actually, just so I can, because there was one thing people don't calculate sometimes, especially with somebody. Well, the problem here, everybody, we have a lot of dudes at a similar level, but there's a problem with somebody coming on another level. And everybody fighting for 2nd and 3rd past certain round because it's in the round robin, right? Usually, if only one person is collecting 7 wins so far, and everybody is there 1 or 2, the next 5 rounds are just for us to split $100. But in this case, I feel like when I did this, then it's Craig and that at least always fighting for for something for sure, and then. I think 3 to 4 were the sweet number, right? In my opinion, Jason was the person to maybe collect 4, but at minimum 3, and that's it. If you're like in that 4 to 5 losses, dude, like you're struggling. Yeah. But there's a lot of dudes that are viable to take more than that. But
yeah, I think the first 3 or 4 rounds determine everything. Because Artem, you don't like. I watched you pull at Arizona State, and you don't like to stop. You kind of look forward to battles in the middle of the table. So if you have 4 of those in a row and slowly start to get a bit tired, well, that's going to fuck up the rest of your tournament. I would like to see proper matches of Jason, but when we're at Knuckles Up, it seemed like you were in a hurry and you beat Nunistan quite quickly.
I was very determined.
I'll start with you, Jason. Is there a strategy for this? Or are you just like, I'm just focusing on round 1. I'll deal with round 2 when I get to it?
Yeah, I didn't really look too much into the brackets, to be honest. Look, all I know is I have a big opportunity. All the focus is on Adam. Adam's the favorite, okay? And I get to pull him fresh round 1. So I get the opportunity to make a big statement. And I could essentially make a decision round 1. If I stop Adam in the middle of the table, what's going to go through my mind is whether I weather the storm and burn myself out in order to get the opportunity to get a win on Adam and say, basically, who knows how the rest of the tournament will go for me. Or I can make the decision to lay down if I think I have a better shot at moving forward post Adam's round. So I have a very unique opportunity, I believe, at least for me. Because like I said, all eyes are on Adam. I have the shot against Adam. It's going to make a big statement if I'm able to pull off a win on Adam, fresh right off the bat. So it could change the way my possible outcome is in the tournament in the long run. So I have a decision to make depending on how I feel when I grip up with Adam.
Yeah. So what would be your strategy, Artem? And also, I love both of your opinions as Paul Lynn's hanging around. He says, I love these guys and Jake. I thought we had a relationship, Paul. Thought we had a relationship. Nah. Do you have a strategy as well, Artem? And also, would you rather pull the favourites first or get them later on at the end? Why do you have a Mickey Mouse hand?
Paul Lynch in the chat. So my left hand doesn't exist. It's a Mickey Mouse hand. My right hand is functional and it's really good and strong. The left hand, I don't even participate in my life anymore. Just for me to hold. Yeah, so I'm in a much better spot than Jason because I don't care about no ice and all that, right? So mentally, I'm much better, and I have a clear strategy for 3 rounds because I'm pulling very unique dudes. So yeah, I know exactly how my first 3 rounds is gonna go. After that, I think I became a little too lazy, or maybe hold on. Where's my losses? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, okay. So I have to meet Adam like match 6 or 7 or something. So yeah, because I'm there with Craig as number 1 guy, and then I have Eduardo and Bob. So like I kind of my strategy is laid out, and there is some laying downs for me possibly, but I'm pulling such powerhouses to where it's like, man, I just need to get. I don't even have an opportunity for me to go my way. So it's either I'm losing or laying down anyway. So it's like whatever. So if I even have an opportunity to bring my ways, we'll do some damage. But yeah, I have a proper strategy for the first 3, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, beautiful. Lindiana Jones, who is going to do better in the round robin? Talking to you, Paul Lynn. Who's going to do better in the round robin between Jason and Artem? The way I see it, I have Artem having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 wins.
Hold on, is this like the whole thing in here? Like you can see like the last round? No, you can't.
Yeah, you're calling Robbie round 11.
How can you tell?
So see how your name's up the top? You're the yellow one.
So it's like,
down.
gotcha. So, oh man, I'm really retarded. So round number 10, let me just guess. It's me and Steven, right?
Yes.
So it's me and Jason number 7, not me and Adam number 9.
No, you got Adam round 9.
Yeah, and you know what? The way I ran it, the way I looked at it, and the way I rambled it about, it was still okay. The number 9, for some reason, the way I calculated it for all of us, actually, even for Jason, or maybe I was so arrogant, or not arrogant, I guess delusional about people not getting tired. But I feel like number 9, a lot of people still in okay shape. Like it still might, count. It's not like, because I was thinking realistically, number 6 and 7 get super messy, because I feel like if you look at the 6 and 7 is like where people just pulled each other and shit, like, important matches already happen and you get like the whole mess out of it. But for some reason, I think mine, Jason's, and Adam's path, if played correctly, we still might have enough arms until the end of the day. But I get, as I said, I feel like it's all just a bunch of air, because somebody said on our podcast, Travis said on our podcast, that Quinlan Mendes coming in way better shape. I got a message then confirming that from somebody else, like, Quinlan, like now and like a couple months ago is not the same. So there's a lot of little variables that you kind of have that confidence. And I've said that before too, like when people just were coming out with everything, I'm like, like it's gonna be October 21st. Like people are gonna change for sure. Plus, there's a weight problem too. Like not everybody or there's some people cutting weight for this motherfucker.
You're right, Artem. Yeah, I think weight is an issue for sure on this. And I guarantee you, this is one thing that I thought about. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more foul outs than people expect. So I guarantee you we're not going to see a lot of these matches that everybody is expecting to see.
Follow and an injury. Somebody will catch an elbow thing and like can't do the rest of the match.
Yeah. So I think, depending on when those foul outs happen, they could almost be considered buy rounds, because I guarantee you a lot of these foul outs are going to happen right off the go, with a lot of little elbow pops with some of these guys. And, some of those matches might not happen. So that's going to change the whole dynamic of whether somebody's fresh or not moving forward. So it's going to be real interesting how it all plays out.
I'm very intrigued. I hope there's a lot of battles, because I love it, whether it's like Arm Gods, this round robin. I love it where people are trying to do something different. And a 12-man invitational is something different. They're doing a 176-pound early next year. So I am very intrigued to see how this is, because I think this could be a new way forward as well, to keep people interesting. Like Corey Miller's doing a 64-man bracket single elimination tournament, which I think is cool. It is all happening. Paul Lynn won't give his prediction, which is annoying. He says, so hard to judge. I think styles will decide. Quick finishes are favoured, but if they get tied up early, the deck gets shuffled. Efficiency will win. I wanted a name, Paul, and if I look through the list, no one's named efficiency. Try again, Paul. Try again. No,
hey, you know what's funny? Well, that's where we'll see, like, we kind of betting on 2 hooker dudes to be like up top, which is kind of not normal, I don't think. So it is interesting to see where me, Jason, and I can kind of want to throw Craig in there just because he kind of sideways whatever, but like, fuck it, he's there with hookers with Adam. So I don't know, like we'll see a lot of efficiency and shit people may not like to see. Like, so I do wonder if we're really gonna have those 2 hookers for the first and second, or Adam and Craig are viable to kill each other at some point.
Right, that's very true. It's very true.
So who's the first one to bow out? Who would be the first one that gets a bit too tired and say round 7, they say, I can't pull anymore?
Man.
Eduardo.
You think so? I don't think so. I think a lot of people are sleeping a little bit on Eduardo.
Well, he's a lighter guy pulling up, isn't he?
Well, hold on. Jason coming up from perspective of the guy that have lost to Eduardo, so he's a little bit like a little akin to him. So I feel like Eduardo has endurance, but I don't know. Eduardo is the first guy. Him and Dallas were seeing somebody pull like in a super match type thing, and then pull around and then pull off the tournament. So I kind of feel like once Eduardo is in that 1 or 2 wars and the wars keep happening, I feel like that catch is not working anymore, right? If he is strong, if he is stronger than the general crowd, then yes. But I feel like those holds gonna catch up to him where it's not holding anymore.
I agree with that though, Artem. Yeah, I do agree with that. You're 100% right. If he does get caught in those wars down out there like that, you're right. That might do quite a bit of damage on him, and he may be hurting in the later rounds.
Plus, isn't he coming pre-injury too? Like he has a shoulder problem.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
Oops.
I haven't heard.
Is my internet?
There we go. And I feel like Paul's attacking me now. He said he's giving me a name and he said it twice. Paul, just back off a bit, bud. Thought all mates know I'm only joking. So Paul thinks, and I want everyone else, not just Paul, I want everyone else to get their predictions in as well. People are saying Adam Wawrinkie's the favourite. I'm going with my man, Jason Merlo, after a dominating performance at Knuckles Up 1. Knuckles Up 2 has just been announced January 6th. So make sure you go check those guys out at the High Five. They're doing really good things there. Paul thinks that it's Craig. Jason, if you can't pick yourself, who do you think would roll on?
I do think Craig as well. I think as long as Craig has his elbow taken care of, in terms of planting it on the pad, because I could see Craig going against somebody that might stop him a little bit and losing to somebody that he could beat because of elbow fouls. And if that happens once or twice, then all of a sudden his number 1 spot is already in jeopardy. And that could be in jeopardy to somebody like myself or Artem. So I think Craig has the advantage for placing that number 1 spot. However, if he doesn't have that elbow problem, that elbow foul issue taken care of, and he does get scared off by losing a match with an elbow foul, that might change how he pulls the rest of the tournament and stopping his aggressive hits. And if he gets into that mode where he doesn't have that mindset of doing the aggressive hits because he starts to get worried about elbow fouls, then I could see other people that probably shouldn't beat him have the possibility of then beating him. So I could see Craig on a slippery slope because of the strict rule set here.
That's the point.
Yeah. So I think it's a higher likelihood that we see somebody like Craig go undefeated, or Craig is a guy that goes 3 or 4 losses because of the elbow foul issue, which I think would be a big upset for him because I don't think he should be taking 3 or 4 losses in this format against these guys.
Really good take. I'll get to you in a moment, just in a minute, Artem. White Wolves here. Get over to Arm Gods. Hey, the High Five are in the chat. Book me for Knuckles Up 2, please. I had a lot of fun, except I looked at the schedule and I can't go watch the Knicks play unless we don't do a press conference. Then I can go watch the Knicks play at Madison Square Garden. The High Five are in there. Awesome. STP is in there. Just quickly, how is the ultimate winner decided? Whoever has the most wins. King Huddle. What else have we got? John Terrian says, I've got Artem or Craig to win the entire thing. It's a good one from John Terrian. You're pulling John Terrian early next year, Artem. That'll be fun. Craig, Constipated Devon says, Craig, elbow fouls out. This event is going to be a fantastic, such a fantastic round robin. No, this is only one page, Corey. I haven't got all the athletes. Everyone pulls each other. Everyone pulls each other once. Everyone will have 11 matches. There was just 3 different pages. I just wanted Artem and Jason's bracket on the screen.
I have to agree with a lot of these comments about Artem. I think Artem has a really good shot. He has styles against a lot of these people that cause a lot of problems. And Artem has a lot of tools in his arsenal. He has speed, he has power, he can pull without his hand. All these options is good for this type of field of guys. And he has wins a lot of the majority of these guys, but he's not getting a win on me. That's
well, I agree. Well, to toot my own horn, my style is, or the way I arm wrestle is fun for tournament or something like that. It just, who knows if you can dance through so many like high level people with all this shit, right? That's kind of the question. But if the power is there, yeah.
Yeah, no, Artem, and you've been proving that, and obviously your trajectory is up quite a bit, significantly. So I think, I agree with a lot of the comments with Artem being one of the favorites. And it's not just because he's out there often once a month. It's not just because he's out there. It's not just because of his YouTube channel. It's because he has a style that matches up well against a lot of these guys. The way that he pulls, the power, everything comes into play here where he really does have a good shot against some of the favorites like Adam and Craig. He really does have a good shot.
It's going to be sexy. And Marcus hates giving Artem praise, but he says Artem's endurance should be good. He's pulling more than anyone. Hate to give him praise, but he will kill it at the ACW comp as well. See you later, Metal. Everyone's just hanging about.
The first 3 rounds are kind of nasty, like for all of us, right? Because you're looking at Craig, right? He's pulling me and Adam. You look at Jason, he's pulling. Well, he pulled Adam and Casey, right? But Adam is right there, and then, well, all right, you fucking got Craig at the 10th, right? But you and Adam, is gonna show that stuff out, and Craig's pulling Adam too. I'm pulling. Oh shit, Adam's pulling Jason, Craig, and yeah. So like, there's a lot of stuff will be navigated in the first 3, very nicely. Unless some of y'all want to know the match that I want to know and I want to see, and if one of them who has more IQ, Eduardo and Bob Brown, first round.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about conspiracy theory,
yeah, you're right.
That's a conspiracy theory like a motherfucker, because both of them have the same sticky point, and only one of them is going to lay down.
Artem, you got a great point there, and Bob Brown shared his opinions on that match. He said,
"What did he say? What did he say?"
Well, he said if he gets the stop on Eduardo, which I think they're both going to be in that position, and within the first 10 seconds, if he feels like he has a shot in the next 15 seconds of pinning Eduardo, he's going to go for it. So I truly believe that Bob and Eduardo are going to do quite a bit of damage in that round 1, because I think they're evenly matched, and they're going to not lay down. That's what I believe. I don't think either of them wants to do that.
That's how it goes. Like, I'm good. Like,
of course,
me and Craig will have an issue, but they're like, Eduardo and Bob are kind of self-navigated. But man, I want to see, like, because I don't see Eduardo being there like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, let me lay down to Bob real quick. Like, nah, he will go, and man, I see Bob like sticking it out.
Yeah.
Is Bob Brown the guy that annoys everybody. Like,
If you don't know who Bob is, he's that old guy that kind of Kings movie.
oh no, I've met Bob. I've spent some time with
I
Bob.
wasn't sure. I will give you some link.
No, I just want to know who would, starting with you, Artem. First of all, Marcus has just given out 20 Aussie Arm Wrestler memberships. Thanks heaps, Marcus. If you want a membership, click on that. Say allow gifts. I just released the members video before this show. So get in there and make sure you say thank you to Marcus, the bloody Dead Set legend. Artem, who's the guy? Like, we've got our favorites and things like that, but who's going to be the guy that just absolutely messes up everyone's round robin? They're going to give you battles. They're going to get upset wins. They're just going to make things annoying for you.
For me personally, or for everybody?
For everybody.
Oh,
or both.
I kind of think. Well, I mean, everybody thinks of Bob Brown as that guy, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of poise. I feel like Bob Brown could be that guy because he might come in a little stronger when people anticipate. And if you don't really like have an idea how strong Bob is, like, you're in for a fucking ride, man. And if he really comes in like stronger, then we're not talking about just his endurance. We're talking about a problem that's actually not getting tired to this point, right? So that's it from like some type of upsetting standpoint. Eli and Quinlan in a room where they're probably not going to be on. I mean, Quinlan is professional, right? Quinlan will cheat, however ruthlessly or not ruthlessly you want to call it, but Quinlan will be there and he'll be active, right? So he will annoy the fuck out of you.
But you got to keep in mind, Artem, Quinlan is going to elbow foul like a motherfucker.
Right, but
he was going to elbow foul.
What I'm trying to say, I'm not even worried. Like, I am considering that about Quinlan, that he is very like, it's a lot of him, right? But what I'm trying to say about him and Eli, they are in a position where we kind of have to believe that Quinlan still have the potential to be back where we remember Quinlan WL, and we also not really sold on Eli's level. So we might just going to get annoyed and upset by some wins they're getting than we were not anticipating them to get, right? However, I mean, we're going to Quinlan in a sweet position for himself and for us to believe him or not, because him and Robbie pulling first round. So if that goes anywhere different, then yeah, I guess. But then we don't know. Like what type of shape Quinlan's still at. And now we have to see him for the second 3 rounds and how he goes down. So
yeah, that's a good point. Nobody really knows where Quinlan's at. He hasn't been too active. He's been quiet. And he has that ability. Look, he's Quinlan's one of the top level guys in the past 6 years at WAL or however long it's been. He's one of those guys, and just from the voting and stuff like that, people are thinking that Quinlan's going to get 0 wins. And even a guy like Eli, they're thinking they're going to get 0 wins. And that's like, so those are big upsets right now, because I'm telling you right now, that's
I'll tell you what, from that question too, Stephen Loxton probably looking at the thing and he'll be like, yo, I'll strap up like half of these dudes and gonna make them like question their day,
of course,
thing as well. So yeah, there's a couple annoying leash dudes that can change the days for sure.
Yeah, I think Steven's hungry. Steven is a guy that's hungry. He basically is coming up onto this with nothing at all to lose, and he wants to prove a point. So Steven is
that big win at Monster Factory.
Yeah, and right, exactly. I mean, look at that at the Monster Factory. So I think, even though I believe Steven's going to finish at a lower level, I think people are going to be surprised at Steven, and there's going to be certain guys in this bracket that are going to underestimate Steven and then be like, holy shit, I just lost him.
Right, and it's just also tough field too, because all of a sudden, like, Steven is like the guy that Liz talked about, but Steven been at it at 95 for a while, and like at the regular tournament, like he's the guy to win it usually, but like it's a tough crowd to be in all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just we're going to wrap up in a few minutes, guys. We'll just answer a couple of quick questions. Where is this available? We're not sure at the moment, but the Aussie Arm Wrestler will keep you updated.
I think that if you want to if you like out of random dude and you want to find out information, go on Facebook and put Battle on the Ridge.
Right. Yes.
2 Arm Wrestling Championship and North American 98. But Battle on the Ridge 2 is the event. If you can't find the event, if you happen to be an arm wrestler, not a pure random, you can probably find Lorraine Jenkins' page. That's where I bounced it off. But
yeah,
because it's kind of Facebook based, right? But I feel like, as I said, that October 20th on the night or October 21st during the daytime, I bet you can go to a couple YouTube's community pages like mine, yours, Travis's. We all try to share it if there's a live stream.
Yeah, and there's going to be some type of press conference the night before also. So I know that there's going to be a press conference, but I don't know who's doing
the guys did scheduled a 5 o'clock, I believe, press conference on a Friday, and that most likely, now that we're talking about it, it's most likely going to be, I don't know if they're going to Facebook it, but on YouTube, it's probably going to be on Larry Jenkins' YouTube page, and which can be like Tennessee State or something, but it is a page and it exists, and there are stuff on there. So that's probably where we're going to be at. So if you don't see a press conference by Friday 5 o'clock Eastern time, you kind of like going to have to be like, oh shit, there's something happening somewhere, and I'm not part of it just yet. I need to find it. So once you do, you'll be set for Saturday. So, but
and what time does it start Saturday? Because there's a tournament, there's super matches, there's a 12-man round robin.
What time is it?
I did have the poster. While Artem's having a look,
I want to say 10 because that's what I heard, but I don't want to lie to everybody as well. That's not how I have it.
Yeah, I did have the poster. So, Jason, I'm not sure if you're aware or if you know, is it with the round robin? Is there like 3 or 4 tables on at once, or is it just one table and they're going to go through the matches like that?
I believe it's one table because that's what they've done in the past, right, Artem?
Yes, there's they can do it on one table. They can do it on 2, right? You just have to run it as fast as you can, but give breaks because essentially there's going to be same people on both tables type thing. But they might, we do have Brad filming it, and like it's only 12 guys really, and I feel like you can calculate it. It has to take at least like an hour to like 2 hours, and like within all the 2-minute breaks. But they'll get away with one table, especially starting at they do start at 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Press conference is at 6:30 on Friday, and Friday match. There's some super matches too Friday night at 6 o'clock. And I'm trying to find if there's a. That's a good point nowadays, like to send people where to watch a live stream. That's something to know, but because there's
so keep an eye, obviously, on Toprollking's channel. Keep an eye on my channel if you're over there on the Instagram. Look up Jason, the Fine Wine Merlo, and I'm sure between the 3 of us, we'll be able to help you guys out. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining me on late notice. I literally asked these guys this morning, and I was like, yeah, shit, no one's really talking about this. I want to talk about it. So I asked my 2 friends. I did ask another athlete, and they were a bit busy for us, weren't they, guys? But we won't mention
go ahead and say it. Adam Wrzinski said he has to train instead of being out here enjoying our time. Who trains 3 days before they think? Like, come on, Adam. It's not East versus West match, my guy.
I don't know. Maybe he knows something that I don't know. But
yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll be training next Tuesday too if he beats all of us.
Right.
Adam's awesome. Got along with him at Arizona State.
I'll be training next Tuesday at Adam's gym if he beats all of us. That's why I'm going next Tuesday.
Beautiful. There's the link from Devin's forearm. If we can head over to Evan Burgoyne's channel now, he'll be going live in a minute, most likely from the emergency room. He's got something going on there. But we are out of here. Plenty more guests coming on the show later on the week, guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Make sure we all check out this awesome round robin. It's going to be one of the best in North American history.